movie is available on Amazon Video. You hear that?
Yeah, I think they not supposed to be doing work today, but they might be.
Who the fuck doing work in
But
there?
they supposed to be doing, yeah, I don't know what that is. I think that might be a kid playing, oh no, that's a nigga. Why they moving?
Bro, this shit sound like prison out there.
Yeah, it looked like it too. Got on one of them shirts. We just gotta not be distracted, but yeah.
I was gonna ignore it, but that shit was loud.
Yeah.
Where were we?
Tijuana Jackson, purpose over prison.
So prison. Yeah. Are we talking about
A synopsis of the film?
I mean, I know how the show works, but I'm saying, where did we leave off?
We didn't start talking about the movie yet. Yeah.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Cinecism. I'm Eric.
It's your boy Dante, man, and today we're going to be doing a review on the new movie, Tijuana Jackson, Purpose Over Prison.
Romany Malco. He's an inmate recently been released from prison. Rachel Cho is a young student who is documenting his transition from prison back to the civilian life. It's kind of like a mockumentary.
Rachel and one of her classmates are doing a film project for school. It's supposed to be a 10-minute video. It ends up evolving into almost a full-length documentary, I'm assuming. I don't know how they linked up with this dude. The movie didn't really describe how that happened because I'm very interested to see how these college students found this inmate in prison. It wasn't a high-profile case from what I understand. So I was just kind of confused as to how they even met in terms of the way it's presented to us. It's documentary footage. They talk to the camera, you know, very reminiscent of something like The Office and things like that. So in the middle of getting footage, we get a first-hand account of what's going on from the people that was involved in the scene. So it's pretty funny in that way.
So you got Tijuana, interesting name in itself. First of all, I don't know what was up with his teeth, because at first I was like, man, I don't remember old boy's mouth looking like that. But then it got abundantly clear that they had some kind of prosthetic to make him more pronounced than his teeth usually are. It
was clearly intentional, because at first, I don't know, man. You know when actors be trying to make a character their own. And it also seemed to play a comedic role, because they would put up posters of his face and his teeth was highlighted and all that. So it clearly became one of them things. But at first, myself, thought Romany Malco's teeth was fucked up. I was like, man, what happened? His mouth won't like that.
He's an inmate, a convict. I would say a very stereotypical recently released prisoner. He got dreams of being like a rapper, a motivational speaker. Yeah. It's not unrealistic in itself to have those dreams, but
this is what I would say. In the time frame that he was looking to do the things that he wanted to do was unrealistic.
That can't be your main source of income.
Right. His
immediately after being released.
Correct. In many ways, delusions of grandeur. Like, I felt like he thought his ability was elevated beyond the point that it was. Now, what I will say is the movie did a good job of showing you that he truly was a good motivational speaker. Yeah. I thought that he had a certain way with people, and the advice that he was given was pretty good.
It was a lot of ignorance sprinkled.
There you go. Right. It was a lot of just things that he needed to probably work on for himself first before he went directly to pursue that. The dreams that he had, I ain't gonna shit on those, because it's always good to have a dream, especially when you first out of prison. I'm happy that he still had a very positive outlook. But like you said, for that to be the first stop from prison to rapper, it's like, bro, try to get a job first, get yourself stable first. You don't even know he didn't even have a steady place to live at first. Like, you know, you got to kind of take baby steps towards them type of goals. Another funny thing though about him is that he is clearly stuck in like the 2000s or something, the early 2000s. His clothes, the way he was rapping, he still was handing out mixtapes like discs.
He was wearing these big ass early 2000s button ups with the patterns, with the big ass cufflinks.
With cufflinks on.
You got his sister, who's played by
Tammy Roman, plays his sister named Cherie,
who has a son who's, of course, Tijuana's nephew, who was with him for the majority of his endeavors. I mean, I like her. She's funny. Her and Tijuana got like a love-hate relationship. Like, you can tell they care about each other, but they like constantly bickering, and it just makes for some humorous moments in the movie. It seems very relatable from a sibling aspect.
They did a great job of playing brother and sister. And the thing I like most about their relationship is that the movie don't really tell you a lot about their history, but the way that they played it, you can tell it's a lot of history there. For them to really convey that without having to say that, I thought was really dope. She had a line in here where I was like, man, my sister had said something to me along them lines. She was like, look, dude, he was getting ready to go on a road trip. She was like, look, nigga, I can't stand you, but mama love you, so I hope you come back. Like, you know, her way of saying, of course, I love you too. I want you here. Oh my God. You can tell she really appreciates him, even though they bicker and fight a lot, because he's the man in her son's life, essentially. I guess his father isn't really involved that much.
Then you got the mom.
I thought that was the mama from Soul Food, but it ain't. All them big mama ladies look alike in a lot of ways. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, that lady should be significantly older.
Yeah, I think she might be deceased. Yeah. And if so, then God rest her.
Man, the mom was a trip. I don't know. Some scenes she seemed more disabled than other times. Yeah. She be moving around, but then sometimes she seemed like bedridden. So I don't know. Anyway, she seemed like kind of like an enabler to me, with like, you know, one of those type parents that she doesn't really want Tijuana to like leave home and pursue anything bigger than what's local.
She's way more comfortable having him around. Is counterintuitive to his success. She wants him to do things that better his life, but in her way. I think her family is probably all she has, so that's where her comfort level lies. Like, she likes having her kids close.
Bro, these kids...
Yeah, they're full of like, grown men and women.
They're damn near 50.
Yeah, right.
Not 50.
I like this mom, though. She was sweet. And like you said, she had some type of ailment, but I didn't know what it was. She had a bedpan, and then, like you said, it seems like then you seen her on like a exercise bike. So I'm like, is she sick or like what the fuck? And she was getting it on the bike. Oh, his nephew. We gotta talk about his nephew first.
What's his name?
Eric, ironically. Wow. This nigga don't even know his own name.
Tijuana's nephew, who accompanies him in all of his shenanigans. Ironically, a much bigger voice of reason than a lot of the adults in the household. Yeah. Very mature for his age. Very. He kind of looks up to his uncle, but he holds him to a higher standard. Like, he expects better than what he presents a lot of times. Yeah. Even though they was uncle and nephew, it kind of seemed almost like the nephew was the uncle at certain points. His maturity level and the way that he was talking to his uncle, it just seemed like he had way more wisdom. Oh, we gotta talk about Regina Hall! Regina Hall's character. She's his parole officer. Her name in the movie was Cheryl. They got an interesting dynamic too. They had like some romantic involvement in the past, but obviously that's not gonna work out now. There's a conflict of interest. And you can tell they're pretty close. She's also one of his biggest supporters. She's trying to steer him in the right direction. She was the one that was taking him all around, trying to get him a job. Aside from him and his sister's relationship, his relationship with Regina Hall in this movie was probably my favorite. I was wondering if these people kind of know each other in real life, because it just came across like they really was old-time friends. And I like that scene when they was in the car. She was driving them to a job interview, and they was just kind of reminiscing on old days and talking about people they knew. And I don't know, it's just, I've been in them type of situations, so it was just it felt very real to me. She also don't pull no punches with him, man. She be keeping it real with him because she want him to do better. And of course, in doing so, she would have to be 100% honest with him about his current state. And she was like, look, man, you fucking up. I guess one of the funny moments in here, the random instances where this dude, I guess his producer, I don't know who this dude was. He would randomly come by the window, like with like a little manila envelope and slide it into the little, like a slit in the blinds. And the first time we saw it happen, we was like, man, what the fuck is going on? He would just look around and then look in the camera and then just like walk away. He was signing them documents, the pay stubs. The fake pay stubs. Yeah. He like his producer and his con man. Right. Producer slash scammer. Yes, that's a great way to describe him. Right. Extraordinaire. One of the funny takeaways for me from this movie, listen, man, the cigarette smoking was at an all-time high. God. I could not believe how much cigarette smoke was going on in this movie. And more importantly, every scene he had a cig in his hand, and in multiple scenes, in many scenes, he had both a cig in his mouth and a pack in his hand. And a cig behind his ear. Dog. And they was hot boxing cigarettes. And there was Newports too. Oh, Your Lungs is canceled. It was crazy. It was funny though. It started to become more comical because I felt like the movie was self-aware of that, so they was trying to make it a thing. Another crazy moment for me was the whole Toastmasters shit. He went all the way to Orlando to, I guess, interview for it. It was like a sting to get all these people who had been like outstanding warrants. I was more so upset at the lengths that they went to. Or it's like, fam, y'all faked a reality show in Orlando. They wanted to, get them all in one place at the same time. That is funny, man. I feel like it's easier ways to do that than fake a reality show. With all that being said, This movie was dumb as hell, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. I did like the chemistry between the characters. I just wish it would have been in something else. It felt like it could have been like an episode of something more Comedy Central.
Yeah.
Shit. I don't know if this was like a passion project for Romney or whatever.
He wrote and produced it, so it might be a like, you know, I'm sure it's like a personal project for him.
Overall, it was cool. Could have been funnier for me. Like I said, the strongest thing or the strongest aspect was probably just the chemistry between the characters.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna give Tijuana Jackson, what is it? Over Prison?
Purpose over
prison. I keep wanting to say motivation. I want to throw motivation in there for some reason. It's a 4 out of 10 for me.
You know, I actually enjoyed this movie, man. I really enjoyed the characters. I actually thought this was supposed to be just a straight out comedy. Come to realize that I think it was more of a dramedy. For me, I'm gonna give Tijuana Jackson Purpose Over Prison. I'm gonna actually give it a 7, man.
Damn, 7?
Yeah, man. I agree with you. I think it could have been better given the cast, but for what it was, I enjoyed it. I would actually watch this again. I would.
All right, everybody. That was our review for Tijuana Jackson.
This nigga about to say money over power.
What is it again? Over prison?
Purpose over prison.
God damn. It's such a simple word. Hope y'all enjoyed that. That movie was interesting, man.
Yeah.
It didn't do it for me, but, you know, some people, y'all might be into it. I mean, I know Dante enjoyed it more than I did, so I'm curious to know what y'all thoughts are. As always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. If you want to see us review anything in the future, whether it be a movie, trailer, or a series, drop a comment below with any suggestions you might have.
This was actually a suggested video. Shout out to my homegirl Crystal. What's up, CC? Hey.
Appreciate you, Crystal.
If you guys have seen Tijuana Jackson Purpose Over Prison, please, like Eric said, let us know what you thought. Drop that comment below. We appreciate y'all, man. Peace.
Peace.